Okay, boys and girls, so today we're going to be doing a little bit of work with thick and thin questions, and this is related to your capstone project. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about different types of questions, and then today you'll be asked to go and create some of those questions. So here we are with not all questions are created equal. All questions are good because they show curiosity and interests. It's just that some of these can be answered immediately. And because of that, some questions are better for research and exploration. Tomorrow, Ms. Ortega will be going through this with you in Spanish, but we do want you to have all of the vocabulary available to you, so we will be creating these bilingually. So, thin questions are questions that can be quickly answered. They are questions that there really is nothing to agree or disagree about, and they are questions that can be answered specifically, sometimes with a number, sometimes with a yes or a no. Some examples of these types of questions would be on the right. What year was basketball invented? That's quickly Googleable for us. We can find that information, and there really is no disputing it. How many people live in India? Well, we can find the most current information, and while it might be ever changing, there's really still not much to agree or disagree about. How many people died on the Hindenburg? That's another example of something that can be answered specifically. On the other hand, we have thick questions, and these are questions that can have more than one way or one means of being answered. There may often be disagreements. Some people may have differing opinions about the answers to thick questions, and thick questions take time and thought to answer thoroughly. On the right-hand side, you'll see some examples of these thick questions. Did the Hindenburg disaster change how people traveled? Well, you would have to research that in order to come up with an answer. Do muscles and joints work the same way in other species? This is not as easily Googleable. You would have to look up quite a few different species and compare and contrast the way that muscles and joints work in them. Do the lives of Syrian refugees improve when they migrate to Europe? Well, this also would be something you would have to spend quite a deal of time and effort looking up and really just synthesizing information and coming up with your own ideas as to whether they do improve or not. Why is it so difficult to stop using fossil fuels to help with climate change? This is another example of a thick type question. So what you will be doing today is you will be thinking about the work that you did yesterday on this document. You should be able to go back into your Google Drive and find this document. Take a look back at some of the topics that you talked about down here. And you should have completed this bilingually. If you didn't, we are trying to return it to you as quickly as possible. We want to take a few minutes to look at everyone's. And today what you will be doing on the new document that you've been provided with is you will choose one of the themes from yesterday's work, and you will jot that theme down on these two lines. And then you will spend some time creating 5 well-thought, developed questions. And I think that these questions should lean on the thick side. We do not want questions that are easily answerable. So spend a little bit of time creating those. When you create one question in one language, you're going to come up with the exact same question in the other language. So you will only have 5 questions, but those 5 questions will be written in both English and Spanish. You will not have 10 separate questions. So again, you are choosing one theme from your work yesterday on the document that should already be in your drive. You should take a few minutes to look back at that. And then you are going to the new document that we sent you today, and you will be identifying one topic from that first document and creating 5 questions in both English and Spanish.